1777. That's a year after the Declaration of Independence in America, right? I think that's right. Anyway, today is 111, day 111 of our journey to 2000. And I reached a rating of, you guessed it, 1777. We're going to go over all those games, and then we're going to play a game and try to make that rating go higher and try to make us become better than 99% of people on this website, which is kind of crazy. Okay. So the first game here, we go into Sicilian, and my opponent plays the open, regular Sicilian. I don't know. People used to always play this version of the Sicilian, allowing the queen to come in, and I always thought it was worse. It just always seemed better for me when my queen is annoyingly here, preventing the king from castling. And for some reason, I guess I expected my opponent to play normally. So when my opponent plays this knight d4 move, I just completely screw up. Here I'm supposed to just take the pawn with check. And, if he blocks, then I can take the knight and it's just winning. If he blocks like this, which would make more sense, then I would assume I could just bring more pieces into the battle or even bring my queen back here to prevent the castling, push my pawn, and just be a menace in this position. Maybe pushing my pawn here, right? For some reason, I don't know, I just didn't do that. I just played normally, developed, made sure everything was safe, and then I saw it, and I was like, okay, my opponent is playing really weirdly. And I go for all these trades because I'm up a pawn and I'm going to ruin his structure, so I just see it as a really good kind of idea. He comes in, I come in with this check. I thought there's some checkmate here. For example, after this, it looks like, oh, do I just keep going back and forth? Doesn't make sense. So let me pick up the pawn, was my idea. Let me not overthink this. Let me pick up the knight. That's it. I'm up a piece. Essentially 5 points of material. Okay, 4 points of material. I shouldn't really think too much about it. I figured my opponent would come here to the 7th rank and I would just trade it off. Yes, I have this isolated pawn, but I'm clearly winning and my opponent surrenders. And actually, if you look at this profile picture, if you look at the games, oh, now he's. If you look at the games, I think this person, yeah, lost 2 games before me. So I feel like they were tilted, So I get a little bit lucky against that opponent. The second player, though, goes for the Dutch. Are they from Dutchland? I know it's not Dutchland. That was just a stupid joke. Unless that's what some people call it. I don't know. Anyway, he goes for the Dutch defense, or the Danish gambit. That's not Dutch defense. What am I... He goes for the Danish gambit, giving up 2 pawns. And I always forgot if taking the 3rd pawn here makes sense. I just don't like giving the control and letting them kind of get into the ideas behind this. The bishops get a lot of control, the queen comes in, and you have to be very careful here. I guess I just wasn't paying much attention, and I went for a quick kind of checkmate threat just for him to be on the defensive while I developed my pieces. And he was able to kind of move everything around. Now here he had this fork idea, and I stupidly went towards the center, blocking in my bishop instead of going into the corner. I didn't like the corner just because it felt like too many pieces would be able to come in. Of course, this knight can't come in because of the pawn, but if he pushes and the rook, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. I should have done it, obviously, because the computer said so, but yeah. Instead, this is what happens. Not great stuff. Yeah, he missed the fork idea somehow. I got really lucky that he checked me first. And then here he messes up because the knights protect each other and kind of stop stuff from happening. For some reason, I'm still playing really fast. And here I just completely screw up. This would have fixed all the issues I had, pretty much. Instead, I get into this position where, I just lose the game. Okay. After that game, I'm like, no, I will lose no longer. Not really, I just got lucky. And here I purposefully took with the bishop to either force him to close the position or to trade his annoying bishop. Now, what I didn't think about was instead of e5, that the knight can just come out. And he's just doing his modern defense, normal stuff. And I'm not doing smart stuff. So this pawn move was definitely the right move. And I should have done that. And I think if it was a classical game, even though I've never played a classical game, I think I would have done that. Anyway, I push that pawn really far forward, like I'm a super GM or something, and it's gonna come in use later. And the game kind of progresses, and my opponent spends a lot of time on each move, but I feel like it's not necessary to. This is a pretty like equal scenario. And here, I'm aware that I'm going to be down a pawn, but I have this passed pawn that I feel like it was good to push. And surprisingly, I made all the good moves here. Here, I considered this queen to d5 move, but I was a little nervous because I didn't know what I would do after that. So I just wanted to get off the diagonal, stop any annoying threats here, and make an escape square for my king. Just slowly kind of make my position better and force my opponent to run out of time. And he has 49 seconds left, makes this big mistake. And I'm able to trade everything off, and my opponent resigns. Here, this looks like a regular game. They go for this queen's gambit kind of thing over here. And I didn't know the best way to kind of handle it, but I figured taking was probably not best. And here, I just mess up. I just mess up because I think my knight is protecting everything, but it's clearly not because of this. And it's just pretty terrible. Now, the good thing in this game is that my opponent is playing super fast, spends 15 seconds on this, and moves the knight, giving me a draw. Look at this. Look at this maniac. Oh, this is so beautiful. Like, what I would have done here, I wouldn't even have overthought it. Like, just go for the check, get rid of your knight. Who cares, you know? But you have 7 minutes. 7 minutes to make a move here. And, yeah, I just thought that was crazy. I guess even this would have been a stalemate. Like, that's why you gotta make sure his pieces are alive. If your opponent has like a queen and a rook, let them keep their pawns and their knights, because knights are tricky. They might stalemate, and even at a 1700 rating, which is so funny. Again, my opponent goes again for this queen's gambit kind of idea. Maybe this is very common, I don't know. And this time I have this really nice kind of idea with my knight being situated in a place where, you know, he saw a very nice move, the knight going to a3, which is a very common move, but I didn't see it. I just wanted to fork, you know, be annoying here. But I start playing this in a way that I'm getting kind of all my pieces stuck. For example, here, it's not good. For example, if I went to d6, he could have just kept pushing the position, something like this, and takes. I don't know. To be honest, I didn't really look through this. But it looks very scary, and I could have definitely been punished in this situation. I was trying to be quick and still kind of figure out what to do, but I wasn't castled, and he was obviously pushing, so it was a little scary. Here, I found the move to take the bishop, which I thought was nice. And my knights are just beautifully protecting each other. And here I just make a very simple mistake because I'm trying to play faster. The knight just takes my bishop. And at this point, I'm like, boom, I gotta play super fast. So I start just spamming moves, just moving everything around, trying not to trade too much unless completely necessary, because I don't want my opponent to make easy moves, right? And I just, at this point, oh my god, guys, it was crazy. I literally pre-moved a triangle here, back and forth, and it worked. I just pre-moved this triangle back. You see, I have 49. Look at my time. Look at my time. Look at my time. It stays exactly the same. It stays exactly. My opponent losing time. My opponent losing time. Must be the worst way to lose. One of the worst ways. And he runs out of time. He didn't even take the pawn to get a draw. So that made me feel pretty good. And I go into this fantasy variation. And I completely missed this idea of e5 to take the bishop and just have a pretty solid, cool looking position. He can't check me with the queen, and if he does with the bishop, I could probably even, you know, come like this. And if he trades, he's just helping me develop and get closer to castling, right? So my king is pretty safe, and my position looks interesting. But I didn't do that. I kind of just traded. I thought that was fine. Trading everything, positioning stuff nicely, and then I just win a bishop. He just screws up and blunders a bishop. And this game also made me feel like my opponent was triggered from previous games or something. And this, I was so proud of this move. Look at this. Boom! because if takes fork and I win the rook, so cool. Instead, he takes my knight, and he just allows me to have this passed pawn, and then this is pretty lost, and he resigns after this. So actually, I'm kind of curious. Let's see what the scary kitty cat was doing. Okay, so he lost a bunch of. Oh my god, he was playing bullet. So he lost the game, and then he played a bunch of bullet, lost a bunch, won a couple, and then played me and lost. Yeah, that explains everything. Okay, let's get into the game and let me straighten my spine because that's good. Okay, that's just a king's pawn. Nothing crazy so far. Okay, you know, I usually screw up here. Or I play like a move that's not necessary. I would play something like this, but I forgot. I think you could play the knight here. Takes, and if he takes, you have now this queen move. I believe I'm right for once. Like, I could even take this and go back, possibly. Let's go here, though. Let's protect. Now, if he takes, I take. He's going to come here. Wow, I did not expect that move. I really did not expect that move. So, that's a very interesting move. Very interesting. So, I could come here with the bishop. Which is what I'm tempted to do. Also, I'll do that. This looks way too passive for me. Like, takes. We could also have this bishop pin, which looks annoying, but then I think we could even bring our other bishop out or kick it out or something. Now, I don't think trading is good for him. He could push. I would probably... I don't want my knight to be so passive. I'm not sure what I would do if he pushes. Maybe I would push, takes. Okay, yeah, this is just a free pawn now. Now, of course, he could bring the rook here. But then I just bring it back, but then takes. So it actually is a little more complicated than it seems. Go. It's actually much more complicated than it seems. Let's just kick out the bishop. There's too much tension, too much shit going on here. We'll kick it out completely. And then, okay, now he's protecting the pawn. He's playing fast, so let's play a little faster. Come here. I have to develop this in castle quickly. His light squared bishop doesn't attack our rook. But if he gets on this diagonal, it could be annoying. If he pushes this, we could come here. Or actually, we could probably take. Aha, that was smart, actually. Let's bring the bishop and just castle. I don't want to overthink this position. If he comes here, that looks pretty crazy. Okay, let's castle. Go here, stopping any ideas. Okay, he's trying to reroute to attack our bishop, possibly. I'm here attacking his bishop. Now, what does the knight do after coming here? We could push this pawn, maybe. Right? But then he could push his pawn. I don't like that idea. What if we bring the queen here? Huh. Yeah, I don't like this position. I really don't like it. And I don't think this does anything because he'll just go, he'll just go to the back. After he goes to the back, maybe we push this pawn though. Takes. Yeah, let's do that. Now if he pushes forward, that's fine. My opponent has been playing lots of bullet. I'm a minute down in time. Okay. This is tricky. Here, but then he's up a pawn. Here. Oh no, he can't take. He can't take my knight. Because then he loses his queen. Maybe he'll blunder that. Doesn't look like it though. See, when you push a pawn forward, it creates space where things can be attacked. Yeah, so, I mean, taking this looks obvious. I think blocking in his coming here to protect, or probably knight h2 is the best move here, is my guess. But then maybe we could take this pawn. We just have to be careful of discovered attacks, but I think we could just take if he tries to do a discovered attack. Takes. And maybe then we pin the rook to the bishop. Yeah, I think we're going to take here. Now, we do have some move like this with the knight. Something like takes, takes, takes. Oh my god, did I just completely miss that the bishop could take it? Shit. We're going to pretend I didn't miss that and just play this like that was part of the plan. That was a terrible move. Jesus Christ. That was really bad. That was super bad. Go here. He has to move his queen. I think I just gave him an opportunity to move his queen around. Maybe even double up and sack a bishop. But then, yeah, our bishop gets attacked. Then maybe our bishop comes here. Imagine I pre-moved and he moved his queen instead. Now he could take this pawn, in which case I feel like I keep blundering. But actually no, because then I have a discovered attack on the bishop. So it is a little bit tricky. This pawn actually helps me. Yeah, I'm not down too much material. If he moves the bishop, I'm going to pick up the pawn. What do I want to take back with? The rook allows me to rook lift, which always is cool. The queen allows my queen to get into the position and threaten this, so I'm going to do that. At least it threatens this. Now, he could move the pawn forward. Takes, takes, but then his bishop is staring into nothing. Maybe I'll go rook c8. His knight still can't move too. It would be nice to attack it, but I think his pawn just comes here, takes, takes. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I could ruin my king's defense at this point. This diagonal being blocked is beautiful for me, it feels. Of course, the pawn is annoying attacking here, but I don't think this is that bad. Oh, the rook could come in here and attack. I say I didn't consider this move. That's actually an annoying move, because if I take this pawn, he could take, and now he has a passed pawn. Interesting. So this is actually an idea I should have maybe seen. Also, if I push this pawn and he comes in with the rook, it attacks my... Yeah, there it is. We'll just take. Now, okay, he can't trap me. I could just come here. He takes here. Maybe I try to go for some trade. Okay, now we're up to the time at least. Now, is it worth it to sacrifice something? Probably not. Let's take here. This protects the pawn. Oh, what a beautiful move. My opponent blundered. We also have opportunities to trade everything. Now, he has a light squared bishop. We have a lot of pawns on light squares. That's not a great thing. I think we want to keep our queen alive for now. And now our opponent is 2 minutes down. Jesus. Okay, I shouldn't get too excited. We also have this nice move, bishop f7. I don't know why he hasn't moved his queen until now. Maybe he'll move it now. Maybe to d2 could be kind of threatening. Of course, if he does that, then we could always trade. Okay, yep. Now maybe the rook to f6 was better, but I like playing fast in this case just to piss off my opponent. Something like takes, takes, takes. Okay, so he did this. What if our queen comes here? Okay, I'm thinking we could even attack his queen. I'm thinking, obviously we could take this pawn. That looks like a great move. Now, if he brings his rook over, we can easily escape by just coming here. Yeah, I don't know. That looks fine. I don't know why he's not taking our pawn or something. I mean, at this case, we have this, and we can maybe push our pawns. I think trading queens is to our benefit at this point. And our queen is nicely defending h6, and he can't go up to bring his rook to the other side of the board, which is good for us. Because his rooks are kind of a little scary. Obviously, his queen is too. This pawn is just doing God's work. I don't know why he hasn't taken it yet. He might take it now. Maybe I should... I feel like there's a lot of mistakes here, but... Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, he still can't move his king. Maybe he'll redirect his bishop here, but I could easily escape. A lot of his forces coming here, though. I'm thinking rook over here, takes, takes, takes. And then I could finally check. But yeah, this rook is a little annoying. What if the rook comes here? Takes, takes, takes. Ah, he's trying to take this pawn. Actually interesting. Also, this blocks in my queen. Okay, I have to think here. I have to really think here. This rook's kind of annoying. So here, if this, I can just take the thing. Here, if rook takes, pawn takes, he can't really check without a trade. Yeah, I think this might be the best move. Takes, takes. Now, if he takes here, then again, we come in with the check and we can move our king to safety, I believe. Let's try that. For example, if the bishop takes, we just take here. And I think we're fine. This is such a scary looking move, though. But I think our queen is doing God's work. I don't know if that's, you know, an okay phrase to say. Okay, so he took. We'll take. Okay. This move was seen. Okay, he has no way of checking, right? Without a trade. So let's go here. And if we come here and he comes here and we take, I don't think that works. We're just going to come here. I don't want to overthink. I tend to miss queen moves, though. He can't take here because then we take his bishop. But maybe he can. Maybe he can pick up our rook somehow with a bunch of checks. Actually, he can't. The only check he would have, the queen would be watching that square. We have to kind of simplify things before his rook gets into the position as well. Speaking of. Yeah, so now we check, take, take. Maybe we take like this. And we'll have to be careful of this passed pawn, but other than that, we should be fine. What do we want to take back with? I probably shouldn't overthink this type of thing. I think the two corner pawns is better than two pawns kind of in the middle. So we'll just take here. Okay, yeah. Actually, yeah, I think it was a better decision. I'm not going to explain why right now because time. But what if we come here? He could check us. Then we could come here. And then we kind of trap him, no? Like if he checks us, we come here. No, well, we don't trap him. He could just go there and take our pawn. But then we could come here blocking the other pawn, and we have the discovered attack. Something like this, 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 this. Even better if he takes this pawn, because then we could attack this pawn while attacking the bishop. Okay. I think this is a dub. I think we win this game. We just have to be careful. For example, if I come here, he could take here. I could come here. He's not trapped, but a little annoying. And then we could start pushing these. So let's do that. Okay, let's come here. Now his rook is not in the game. He can't kind of attack this stuff. His bishop also can't reroute to attack our pawns, which are not placed too well right at the moment. So I think we're gonna push this pawn. I don't want to overthink this. Okay, let's push this pawn. Almost have everything on dark squares, basically rendering this bishop useless. That's the idea here. Okay, and we push. Here, here, here takes. Here he takes. I almost missed that. Let's just push the last pawn. We could come here attacking the bishop. Okay. Oh, we can't even get closer. Let's come here. Now, actually, yeah, he could check and take over there, which is a little bit frustrating. I don't know why I brought my rook here. Maybe I blundered. But I do have this, getting that stupid bishop out of the way. Or even here, protecting this pawn for a push. Now, if he comes here... Oh, this pawn is... Okay, that was smart. Not that smart, though. Yeah, because now I have this. I even have this. Wow. Okay, I have 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a lot of time to think. If he pushes this pawn, can I just push? We're not going on light squares on it for a reason. I don't want to overthink this, and now this is beautiful. He has to go on this line to protect the pawn, allowing us to come in. And his rook doesn't have access to a5 or b5. I think this is very good. Now he could come here, but then we just come here. Or we even take the pawn. Okay, this looks very nice. Okay, we're gonna come here, attack the bishop. Oh, you genius. You freaking genius. Takes, here, here, here. No, it still works. We're still winning. We come here and we win. Okay, I have to be a little careful, though. Oh, I think we definitely win here. I think we definitely win. Let's go! Yes, 20 seconds left too. I have time to think about this and not blunder. I hope, I swear to Jesus, I don't. Okay, here. Here, this is a fork and I win. I think we're gonna move the king here. We have this, and this is just a 1. This is winning. Okay, yeah. I mean... Wait, am I crazy here? Am I crazy, guys? Can I make a queen here? He moves to the side. I move to the side. He doesn't have any perpetuals, right? I mean, he's gonna move to the side. And that's it. It's game over, right? Bro, are you serious? Are you still playing this? I mean, I have a minute. No point in overthinking. He's gonna go to the corner. What an annoying player, bro. Just give me the checkmate. If he moves the rook, then we have this. Okay, he ran out of time. Damn, we're 1785, baby. How many mistakes? Okay, 2 blunders. 2 blunders, that's so bad. Okay, let's see. Apparently this was all book moves. I didn't even know. Berlin improvised Steinitz defense. Yeah, so usually I would play in this game I would play this. And then sometimes it would go into this old Steinitz defense, which I'm aware of because I was scared of the center pawn. And I've been getting more into the kind of idea, into understanding the idea of not being scared, of bringing my knight into the position, because if takes, I have this move, I believe. Right? And this is supposedly a little winning. If he comes back here, I could take with check. If he blocks, you know, I can... That's it. He can't castle anymore, and, you know, in a few moves, maybe I long castle or whatever. Maybe this is a good move. I'm not sure. Whatever. You know, this just looks nice. Like a nice position to play from. So this is my idea. Now, he castled right away, which makes sense. Apparently, you know, the pawn move is fine. This is the Berlin defense. Apparently, taking here is the Rio gambit accepted. So he's gambiting a pawn, but it doesn't feel like it, because after this rook move, what do I do? A computer says I go to d6. Wow, that's so smart, to attack his bishop. See, I didn't see this idea. I didn't see this idea at all. He goes to f1. Now, what if I just push this pawn? And he has a huge advantage because of d3. Ah, because my king is still not castled. That's right. So I mean, this looks kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Computer says bishop e7, but it looks like I'm gonna lose this pawn. Like, takes, castles. And I guess the game continues from this position where it looks like I have more pieces developed, but his bishop actually has a nice view of stuff, and his queen could come out right away, kind of in an annoying fashion. A computer says d4, I guess, to bring the bishop out to gain some space. And then b6, aha, because you're going to go bishop. You're going to fianchetto the bishop. And let's say this, and this is my guess, but maybe not. Yeah, this looks kind of crazy. This looks kind of crazy. Wow. No, this looks crazy. But maybe I should look into it more. Anyway, I protect here, and yeah, here again, I don't like this because of this. I don't like that my king is so open. And computer says, you know, after this, takes bd2, which is crazy. Like, I would assume you keep the tension, you take, but then the knight can take. And if takes here, like this doesn't look good, but apparently it's fine because the bishop just stops it. And if this happens, I could even take with the knight, which, wow. And that's a neutral game. That's cool, man. That's very cool. Anyway, instead I take here, giving him the full center like an idiot. But he never pushes the pawns, so... and yeah, my mistake, I should have been targeting this bishop from the beginning, but I take way too long to target it, which I kind of realize is a mistake at this point. Yeah, this was a blunder. I don't know how I just completely missed the bishop. But I still won the game. This is why you don't give up, guys. This is why you don't give up. Look at that. Taking with the queen, taking that pawn. He let too many of his pawns die. He was like freaking out here or something. And here I was playing the best moves until here. I guess I was supposed to push these pawns. And I had a miss here just to take the full center. Aha! Because let's say here, that sounded super weird. I'm sorry. I guess the idea here, oh my god, yeah, this looks so scary, but apparently it's all fine after this. Jesus Christ. But I think the idea here is just you can come here and threaten your own type of checkmate ideas. Maybe not though, but that's what I'm seeing. And here I just completely blunder, my second blunder, because he takes, and takes. But I just blundered a pawn here, and I actually liked this a lot. What I didn't see was this check afterwards, I guess. Like what happens if I come here? Okay, you know, like this makes sense. This makes sense. Yeah, this would have been a very stressful position to play in. It's even material, but he obviously has that bishop. And the computer says it's even. And this was my best move in the position. A great move. I'm so happy I found that because I was thinking of that, you know? Yeah, pushing this pawn makes a lot more sense. Let me just go for my passed pawns. Let me create a queen. Instead, I'm not worried about losing this. I just have to stop one pawn. I have 3 freaking passed pawns. So I don't know what I was thinking here. Or I do, because, you know, I said what I was thinking. But I thought this was all fine. Apparently, I should have just pushed this pawn. Yeah, he found that nice bishop move. He took the pawn, but I was, you know, apparently this was neutral. I was okay with how I played this. Like, this is neutral. Like, what about this? Yeah. See, if I was playing fast, I probably wouldn't have seen that. And then here I knew, or I felt like it was good. And I just made best move after best move, which was pretty cool. There was a mate in 3. I made it a mate in 5, then a mate in 4. And then he resigned, actually. He ran out of time. He didn't. Here, what would I have played? I don't want to look at the... Maybe this. Oh, this is... I mean, this. This is obviously the mate. Because this lets him escape on f4. Well, if you watch this far... Say... No, don't say that. I don't know how you would type that. I mean, you could if you want. But say shaved. I think we said shave before, but not shaved. Because I shaved my face and I'm feeling good. So you could say shaved in the comments. Or if you want. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. Every single one of you guys. And have a great one.